Ooh. We're live, I think. If not, then right now... Ooh, the camera's going crazy. Cool. So... real quick, as usual, bot is up. Gotta go make sure that the Discord people get the link before we can actually get started with this stuff. But that'll only take a second. I'm sure that not that many people are going to join right away anyway. Hello, people that are popping in. I'm just doing the typical setup stuff, sending out the pings in Discord, blah, 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 getting everything ready. Because the stream is never really ready, even when you start it. One more thing. Bow. Okay, Discord done. Music on. Bot here. Hello, everybody. It's been a while. Last time we did a modding stream was with the Frommer, and even when we did that, it was kind of, I wouldn't say pointless, but we were on the final stretch of the Frommer when we did that. There were only a few attachments to do, but now we're working on the attachment pack. Something that has been long awaited for now a year. Oops. I've restarted it so many times, come up with so many new ideas, and I think I've finally found the actual way I want to structure this mod, and I know what's going into it, and I've also broken it up into multiple different mods, and I'm going to get help from other authors. But I wanted to start off today with something totally new. I already have a ton of assets for the attachment pack that you guys have seen, but I wanted to work on stuff that you guys haven't seen, so we're going to be working on the Nuka World AK. Something that I really want to kit out in the attachment pack and give it a lots of potential that it just didn't have in the vanilla game or in the vanilla DLC. So what we have here is the Nuka World AK underneath with some parts that I've already made and kind of stolen from the game files. For those who didn't know, the Chinese AR, otherwise known as the, well, Chinese AR, I don't know where I was going with that, was supposed to be in Fallout 4, but it just never made it. But the files were in the game, so I went ahead and took the models they had, and I'll be creating my own textures for it. And I've been sort of modifying them to fit onto the Nuka World AK platform. Now, one big change I already had to make was cutting out a big block here for the iron sight, because otherwise it would just mesh straight through it. Something I really like that they added for this model is this cool little vent here, this little heat shield that goes over the gas tube. I think that looks super neat, and it actually lines up with the Nuka World AK really nice. Like, it just did that. I didn't even have to do any tweaking, and I'm really happy with that, how that came out. It even has a really cool little aiming system here. You see there's a little cutout in the handguard there where the iron sight will come through, so that'll be super cool. And yeah, I think I really like how that handguard is coming out. The stock just works. All I did was mount it to the little bracket that the Nuka World AK has right there. And then the grip just works, and the magazine just works. So this actually looks kind of cool. But I'm not just here to show you this. We're going to make a whole bunch of new stuff on top of that. I have a huge little... what do you call it? Resource setup here of different AK parts that I want to add. Now, let's say we wanted to add some parts from the AS Val. Well, the stock from the Chinese AR is kind of inspired by that already, so I'm not going to make a duplicate. What I really want to take from the AS Val would be the barrel, because I would like to have an integrally suppressed barrel on this thing. Of course, the Chinese AR, which we already have parts from. I want to make an Rpd Style Barrel, which will be taking the Chinese AR part and then adding it to a longer barrel with a bipod. We need to add the Rpd Stock, the traditional AK stock, because there wasn't one in Nuka World for whatever reason. I do want to do a somewhat modern-ish version of the Nuka World AK, not crazy like this, but essentially polymer parts is what that goes down to. Still lore-friendly, but polymer. Throw on the PKM stock, I think. and then possibly a little 10mm conversion, 45 conversion. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to do that yet. And then something out of the SR3 would be fun too, with like a little shorty barrel and an interesting looking stock. I think we can make some cool stuff out of this. So I'm going to pull that off to the side here. And I suppose we got to pick one to get started with. All of these models for the Chinese AR parts came straight from the game files, so I'm going to actually have to model the other stuff by hand. So that's going to be fun. Before we get started, you guys have been going crazy with the comments, so let me see what you guys are saying. For those of you who are just joining, by the way, this is not a Chinese assault rifle mod. This is the mod for my attachment pack, which is adding tons of attachments to all of the vanilla weapons, including the Nuka World AK, which will be fit with Chinese assault rifle parts. So if you're confused at all, that's what's going on here. It's the Nuka World AK underneath with Chinese parts. What else you guys got going on? Yeah, some of you are getting it. Super cool. Somebody said technically the ASVAL isn't an AK. Yeah, I don't care. This is the Nuka World AK is the handmade assault rifle. You can throw whatever parts you want onto it. If I wanted to give it an M4 stock, I mean, why not? You know? But yeah, with that, let's figure out where to get started. In terms of the Chinese AR parts, I think we are good here. I think the next big step would be maybe making that RPD barrel. And what I'm going to do for that is essentially just take this part that I made here and throw on a longer barrel with an attached bipod. I think that's pretty simple. So let's get started with that because it's been a while since I've actually been in Blender. Let's start with something simple, I suppose. So luckily, I do have some resources that I've already made up for this. If I can actually find where I put all of that stuff. There it is. Here's my long barrel. Go ahead and import that onto here. And we are going to have to do some rotation. Typically, I like to work in the default orientation, but it's kind of annoying to work on a gun vertically like that. So go ahead and minimize this. And this is going to get a little funky. So let's hide the Chinese parts for now. That's going to stay in place there. What we need to fix is... Oh, this is going to be a really easy one. I thought this was going to be way harder. So we're going to grab all of this. And let's make sure we just get that part. And I think that's it. Should be able to take that away. Nope, we're stretching stuff. Okay. Like that? How about that? Almost. Couple more things should do it. Ugh. Always missing a few pieces. And we're still missing some. Cool. I think that will do it. Grab these leftover vertices here. And that one. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and put these back on here. And some of this stuff needs to change just a little bit. Right there. And this. Right there. And that looks good enough, I think. Will this be Hitman compatible? Absolutely, because again, like for those of you just joining, this is purely attachments, so the gun itself is not going to change at all. This is just me making add-ons for all the vanilla weapons. The mod I promised back in last August, and now it's August again, so I think it's about time I finish this thing. But yeah, I actually really like the look of this. This looks super cool. with that, let's make a bipod. Now, this is something that we'll be doing from scratch, I think. Unless I steal some more stuff. It's not a handmade attachment pack per se. The attachment pack is for every gun, but right now we're just working on the Nuka World AK. I actually will be doing a handmade attachment pack that is specifically handmade weapons made of scrap and random stuff. But yeah. And yes, for those of you asking, it will be compatible for all the right-handed animations and fun stuff like that. Okay. Also, apologies if my camera is flickering. I swear that I fixed that, but apparently not. But that's okay. I just got a new DSLR, so I need to figure out how to hook that up for streams, but... blech. Work, you know? Alright, what am I looking for here? Yeah. I need to go to my hard drive, and I should have a bipod that I made earlier. Now, I don't know if it's going to work for this, or if we should go for a more... RPK friendly look, or RPD. Which one actually has the bipod? It's the RPK, right? Or both, maybe. I guess it doesn't matter. You know, it wouldn't be too hard to just make one. Let's make one. I haven't modeled in a while, and that's what we're here for. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with a cylinder, as all things should start. And we're going to throw on like 18 vertices. It doesn't need to be super high poly because you're never really going to see it that much. We'll rotate him 90 degrees. And let's move it all the way over here. This is going to be the little mounting spot right behind the iron sight. There. Shrink it down. Just like that. Grab this end of things and stretch it out just a tad. Little more like there, a little more like there. Yeah. And then from there, it's got a couple more cylinders. So actually, we're just going to dupe this really quick just so I have it. Shrink it down. Way out. And then... Interestingly enough, it's actually going to be a really easy one to make. Oh, I can't grab them the way that I want to, so we'll just grab them this way. Apologies if I get lost in thought and ignore comments or just stop talking, but it happens when I focus. This is actually a really simple one to make. They're not completely square, so we can just take this like so, and then just kind of shrink them up a little bit like that, and then do the same thing up here. All of these. Oops. Misclick. Grab these guys, put them up here, and then do the same thing. And that's basically the little feet on the bipod, you know? Stretch it out just a little bit more. They are pretty big. Okay. And then from there, we just need to get the little attachment points. This isn't going to be too hard of a model. It's going to look really basic in here, but it will have a lot more detail added via textures. Everybody's being sure to let me know that the RPK has a bipod. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to, right? Like, it should. It's an LMG, so... Okay, so when folded up, this thing goes all the way back. Since we're basing this off of the RPD specifically because of the handguard, it goes like all the way back here. And this comes all the way up here. And then there's the little attachment point. Now that's the part I'm having trouble with here, because I don't have a super clear resource image, but essentially it's a little square and it's on a pivot right here. So yeah, I can make that work. We're gonna have to make that separate, I think. So there will be a point where... Okay. This thing is going to be a little funky. How thick do we want it to be? Maybe like that thick. Let's get it lined up on these so we can use them. Make everything even. We're making the bracket here, so this is going to be a little funky at first. We're going to subdivide this just to make it so I can grab these parts easier and extrude them like so. Probably up to here. And then we'll remove that. Like so. There. And then while we're looking at it, this part doesn't need to be here. Not like that. Could do it like this. That doesn't need to be there. That doesn't need to be there. That doesn't need to be there. Wait, I can just do it like that. And bam. Cool. And then we'll add correct points later. Actually, we can just do it like this. There. And there. Limiting the number of polys to make it better in game. Bow. Perfect. Okay. Then we're going to take this, set the origin to the geometry, rotate it 90 degrees, and stretch it out. Now, I want to make a little twist on this and be a little artsy with it. But first, we need to make sure that it actually... Oh, jeez. Let's grab these and just move them off to the side here so we can work on them without other things getting in the way. This actually looks like it works perfect. We'll shrink it down just a tad. Bring it down just a tad. And then bring it back up like that. And then these need to be taller. To about there. So this needs to come in maybe like this far just to make it seem like it's actually welded in here and attached. And then from there, actually thinking that we do something like this. For some visual intrigue. I think that just looks cooler. And then from there, it's on a swivel here. And then it attaches there. So, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to that. And then just slide it over about so. Over. We'll take this and put it about there. And then we need, it looks like it's literally just like a cube. So we'll just grab another cube. Slide it in here, but not all the way. Bring it over to our little workstation over here. And then hinges. And then slide it down about so. Bring this up there. Do the same thing. Oh, no. Before we attach it, this thing needs to rotate. So it is like down a little bit. Not a ton. Before we attach it, it needs to be rotated just ever so slightly because when we attach it, it needs to look right. And then what we're going to do here is move this out, attach it again, and then move it back in. And then slide these up a bit. This might need to go out a bit. There, we can start moving stuff over. So let's really quick get rid of these and that. Let's just focus on this. Would look something along these lines, but I think the mounting is a bit too big. Let me look at my source images again really quick. I might have goofed a little. But at this point, meh. Hold on. Let's see here. If we were to just, you know, do that. How bad does it look? They do intersect a little bit. But like just a little bit. What if we grab them both? Hold on. Go back to there. A little smaller, a little more rotated, a little off to the side. Set origin to 3D cursor again. Apologies that I'm not reading everybody's comments off the bat. I should take a second to actually do that, but I'm gonna grab this guy, bring the whole thing over, and the whole thing over, and the whole thing over. The origin to 3D cursor just one more time to be sure. Duplicate and mirror. Oops. How does that look? There. Now they're not intersecting. Then if we were to throw everything back on, that's not too bad. I don't mind that. But now we need a proper stock for it. Before we move further, you guys are talking a whole bunch, so I need to make sure that I don't miss any questions or anything like that. I have so many tabs up that it keeps blocking this off. But do you think 40k tries on a revolver is still acceptable for a low poly, or do you think it's too much? It depends on the revolver, I guess. I've got 44,000 tries on this whole thing right here. So if you're talking about like just the receiver, that might be a bit too much. But yeah. Somebody says, once I get a computer, I'm thinking of making mods. Where would you recommend I start? I have a tutorial on weapon mods, but it depends on what kind of mods you want to make. Just know that it's a painful process with so many hiccups, and it makes you hate life. But you end up with cool stuff like this, so you know. What mod is this for people that are just joining? Again, this is the attachment pack. I'm making attachments for all the vanilla guns, including the Nuka World AK. and other DLC weapons. So that's what that is. Do you know how to animate, or do you have somebody to help with that? I do not know how to animate yet. I do have somebody to help me learn. If I would ever stop being lazy and actually sit down with them and learn. But this does not need animations, because again, right now we're just doing attachments. Soon as you're... Oh, somebody else was... That was a reply. Hello from Bulgaria. Hello! In Bulgaria. Does this need to be mirrored and angled? I don't entirely know what you're asking. Sure! Will this mod be coming to Xbox? Yes. And so should the Frommer soon. I always forget about porting. It just kind of poof over my head all the time. Alright. That is, I think, caught up. Now, in terms of stocks, we do need an Rpk Rpd stock. I wanted to make one of those, so let me pull up my references yet again. I don't know what happened over there. Jeez. The Rpd stock is a funky one, but I think it would be a fun one to make. It's going to require a lot of beveling. I'm just looking at it here for a second. This thing is really weird, but man, it's so cool. So I'm going to turn this off for now. I'm going to leave the butt plate on because that's probably how we'll attach it. And then, oops, that was the wrong button. I suppose we start with a cube and work from there. This thing is pretty boxy, and this isn't going to be 100% accurate to the original, probably. But we'll get close. Close as possible. It starts off square, and then it gets, like, rounded at the bottom. But I'm wondering if I can just make it work with a bevel. I suppose we'll just have to find out. It is a pretty simple shape, so a bevel's not going to be too terrible for this thing. It starts off with a curve, a really harsh curve, like right off the bat. So let's get a couple of these going. Just a couple of segments here. This may look crazy, but there is a method to my madness. A little bit, just a little bit. Essentially, we're going to make its curve. Now, in the bottom, the curve is very, very minor at first. And we'll probably be adjusting these vertices a lot. But up at the top here, it's like it goes from square to a steep drop off like that, and then evens itself out. Like so. And then from there, things start to straighten out. So essentially, this goes down like a tad, and this goes down at a nice even kind of thing. Is the scaling right on that? A little. I want to bring it back a little bit. That looks so goofy, but it's gonna fix itself over time. You gotta start rough and then polish, you know? So from here, it just kind of keeps going straight. So we'll probably end up removing some edges here, but that was a really stupid move, actually. There. My bad. Thinking that it's actually not that steep at first. Maybe like there. And then if this is the transition to wood right here, Then this is where it starts to get a little bit steeper. But only like a minor. And then probably do it in like similar intervals here. A little bit more. And then a little bit more. Maybe a lot of bit more. I don't know. And then at some point, when it gets to about here, is when things get weird. I don't like this. This looks wrong. And I don't know what's wrong. The angles are funky. Is it that? No, that's what it is. It's this one right here. The angle was just goofy looking. And then from here, do we get the Rpk Mag meme where it does like 12 loops? I know exactly which one you're talking about, actually, and I've been wanting to do that. I was thinking, on top of the attachment pack, I also wanted to do like a unique pack. If you've played with unique uniques, you know, it is all of the weapons in the vanilla game. I wanted to do another one that adds unique weapons to guns that don't have any. So like, there is no unique legendary variant of the double barrel in vanilla Fallout 4. So I wanted to fix that. Little thing, but I think it would be fun. So, stuff like that. So I was thinking of adding like a unique Nuka World AK that has all the loopies. That could be really, really funny. Somebody says you can get a reference image on the plane. Yes, you can, and I do that like every single time I mod, and for some reason, I forgot this time. Whoops. Let's actually do that. Duh, like, RPD, we need a nice side angle. Why is this zoomed in so much? Goodness. There's a perfect one right there. Save image. That works. And let's pull that up. There. File. Import. Wait, actually, I think I can just drag and drop. Like that. Apparently, I was wrong. I thought I could. Am I wrong? How do I forgot how to do this. It's been so long. This is why you don't take breaks in modding. You forget everything you know. Oh yeah, it got angry at that. I heard it. It said no. My brain. Help. I know you can absolutely do it. Why am I struggling? Go in there. Do the thing. No, you don't have to. There's no add-on for importing images. You just do it. I've done it countless times, and for some reason, my brain is just not working. Like, at all. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, time for the fun part. Here's the fun part of making mods, is when you forget how to do something in Blender and you say, how do I add images to Blender? I don't remember doing it like that. Blender deeper than 4. Shift A. Drop down menu that pops up. Select image. I don't see an image. Blender. Come on. Maybe it is an add-on. I swear I did it before. You know what? We'll eyeball it. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I don't want to waste your time on the stream. Oh, cadaver, that's like extra work. I swear, you can just like, boop. Maybe, I know what it is. No, I know what it is. It's because I'm using a JPEG and it needs to be a PNG, I think. Actually, let me just test that theory first. Maybe my theory is completely wrong. Let me find a PNG that I have. Okay. Oh, it got real mad at that one. Yeah, you know, it's fine. It's cool. Don't need it. We don't need the reference. Actually, here. We'll do this. I've got this reference photo now for the exact side angle that we're doing, so this will be very helpful. It actually looks like we're kind of like right on track. I think the biggest thing is it all just kind of needs to get stretched out a little bit. So like everything here just needs to kind of come over here. You know, it needs to take its time, and then the curve is a lot steeper. So actually, I bring this like all the way out over to here and bring these all the way down to like here. These are steeper. Like not that steep, but you'll see. And then another one. And then things start to even out. Kind of quickly, too. Like, I don't know, maybe one more for like smoothing. And that scale seems about right. Let's get that stock up just to see. It's a bit long. And then how does that look? That's closer. Yeah. I need a clear, like, split here for where the metal ends. The metal section is pretty big. And then from here, it's all wood. Now, to be honest, don't need all those extra vertices. Or do we? Nah. Surely not. It's going to cause problems for us later. Blue tape needs to cover the entire thing or we riot. I could add some blue tape, I suppose. Is it an RPD or an RPK? It's RPD parts on an AK. Just to add more customization options. So, that's what we got going on here. Oh, what did I do? I pressed a button I've never pressed before. And I don't know how to get out of it. That's my favorite thing to do in Blender. Oh, dear God. We're okay. We're good. We're here. Oh, hey, JK Ruse. J Cruz. Damn it. I did it live. I'm sorry. J Cruz. We're making parts for the AK for the attachment pack. Fun stuff. We need to add that unique curve that this thing has. It starts off by going down a little bit. And this one goes up a little bit. And then going down a lot a bit. And going up a lot a bit. And then, do I want to add the weird curve that it has? Ugh, I guess I should. That's like effort, guys. Oops, that was not correct. It starts to go back inwards like that. Got to think about this. I could be so lazy and hit it with a boolean, and it might work, but I don't think that's the best idea ever. The best way to cut this thing out, I guess we just actually subdivide this a little bit, and then get rid of those. Get rid of that. And then we'll kind of get this thing coming out here. That's what I was worried about. It's because I have these vertices connected. Let's get rid of those, because they're just going to cause problems for us, and then we'll add new ones back later. I guess we'll just hit all of these, honestly. That. I think I need more. More subdivision. It's like straight at the bottom, right? So like everything's just kind of like good over here. Then right around the middle, right here, it starts to go up and out. Like that. Yeah, that's it. We got it. Thanks, J. Cruz, for acknowledging my mistake. Dude, that camera is still wigging out. I don't know what I need to do to fix this thing. It makes me sad. Somebody says, this a mod for an AK or the handmade rifle? This is going to be an add-on for the entire game, but right now we're focusing on the Nuka World AK. Hey, Gaddison, glad to see you're here. Somebody say they didn't even recognize that it's the Nuka World. Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, it is. But when we're done with it... Psh. All right, let's see if I can cheat the system and add just the bevel modifier. Or if I'm actually going to have to bevel all this by hand. I really hope I can cheat. Oh yeah, we're going to have to do some of this by hand. That helps. For sure. And if we were to like shade this with smooth, that looks good. The most part, we'd want to remove the bevel up here. But the rest of it looks okay. We will have to make some adjustments. Like in the middle here, it gets a little narrower, I'm pretty sure. And on the back, it gets a little bit wider. But that's easy to... I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Let's go back to shade flat. I think that amount of bevel will work to help round things out a little bit. I think we should absolutely keep this line here for like a rubber pad. Although sometimes I have two different references here. One is a rubber pad and one is just wood. We'll probably just leave it as wood, I guess. Oops. Okay. Can I just put that back to 30 how it was? Let's apply it. Right. Okay. Okay. The thing here, most of this actually looks right. Down here, it's a bit more rounded. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about that. I'm thinking that we could grab like this, right? But like, oof, I grabbed the whole thing. I didn't want to do that. Thinking. What weapons have you done attachments for the attachment pack so far? We've done the combat rifle. I've got it pretty much fleshed out as well as the combat shotgun. I've added a bunch to the 44 and the Thompson and the hunting rifle. Do you plan on adding alternate sights? Maybe. The thing with the iron sights that's really weird about the AK is when you actually like look at the model, the rear sight is built into the receiver. The way they handled the iron sight attachment is there's literally just the little front post in here. Like this is part of the barrel, but the iron sight attachment itself is just a front post. So what I would probably do is if I wanted to hypothetically just make like a Chinese barrel, I could just close the ring here, you know? I don't know. I haven't decided yet how far I want to go with that, to be honest. Here's what I will say, though. We need to get rid of all of this. Boop. And then just... Oop. Oh, wait. Something got goofed. Why? These. And these. Okay. Better? Better. That's actually a little bit more accurate to how this thing looks. It does have a steeper drop off like that. And then we need everything to start getting narrower. I love the people hopping in asking if these are going to be custom animations. It's attachments. It doesn't need custom animations. This is the vanilla gun. Vanilla AK. If you use your right-handed attachments or animations, it works. We're working on the attachment pack, just like the title says. Attachments. Okay, so we need to get this thing going narrower. So let's get a top view here. Let's start scaling things down ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. A little bit more. Like that. And then... I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Somebody asked if I ever thought about bringing some of the 76 weapons to Fallout 4. No. I haven't, to be honest. Tell you what. I have to go check on something because I think the mail just came. I'm going to go ahead and run a quick little ad break and go do that and grab a bottle of water, and I will be right back. Somebody asked if I'm making modern attachments or lore-friendly style attachments. Lore-friendly for now. Like, this is just going to be a big old wood Rpd stock, so this is totally fine. But, like I said, I'll be right back real quick. Go ahead and insert an ad, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay. All right, I think we're back up and running. All right. So, what is wrong with this gun? I need to get some reference photos of the RPD from different angles to see what exactly, because something just seems wrong. There we go. That's the angle I need. And it's exactly what I kind of thought it was. And that is that it starts off square up here, it really does, but it gets more round for the rest of it. So I'm thinking, you know, it starts to kind of close in like this. And then from there, I'm gonna have to grab it all. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. And how far do we want to take that? I think it's up to like here, probably. Is that what we're doing? One more. What's happening? Oh, there's two parts there, apparently. There. That's a good starting point. We need to do the same thing we did earlier to the underside here. And from there, we can start to round it out. So this is going to be a bit funky, for sure. For sure, for sure. But the rounded edges just need to get a lot bigger, so... Oops, I'm only doing one side here. Don't want to be doing that. Let's work on this the right way. That. The back will be kind of square, I think. Just get these a bit more round, you know? Oops. And then a little more here and there. Again, sorry guys for if I focus a little too much here. Just want to make sure that I get this right. That actually did a really cool thing for all that. Grab all of this and scooch it down a little bit. Oh, gosh. And then like so. Looking a little nicer, a little bit. I think definitely one of the more important things is right here, it needs to get choked up a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. Problem is... maybe it's not a problem at all. It's a bit too much, I think. But it's on the right track. And from there... yeah. Shade that smooth and see how it's looking. Definitely getting there. Far from perfect. I don't know what happened over here. You supposed to be like that. There we go. That's looking a bit more correct. And I think somebody earlier was talking about wrapping it in blue tape, and that's funny and all, but I think actually, because this is just such a big boxy stock, I think it has a couple of bolts here and there, but wrapping it with some tape might actually make it look pretty nice and more fitting in the vanilla game. I was tabbed out looking at a bunch of reference images, so I want to read some comments. J. Cruz says, well, between you and Skib, I guess I don't need to worry about doing Chinese assault rifle parts anymore. I mean, you could always make more. I mean, to be fair, I'm not really making any, I'm stealing. So, I don't know if it's the same. But geez, this actually does look pretty cool. Now, here's a question to you guys that I suppose I'll go ahead and ask because I was unsure about it. When it comes to the Chinese assault rifle parts, the Chinese assault rifle in Fallout 3 has like that whitish stock, but I'm wondering if I should just make it a wood texture so that it's more compatible with all of the other stocks in this pack. Because this is going to be a brown wood, and if you throw it on with this barrel, it'll be like white, and that'd look really weird. So maybe I should just leave it as a brown wood stock. What do you guys think? Let me know while I read more comments. Somebody said, hi, what's this? We're making attachments for the vanilla guns. So this is the Nuka World AK. Now we have a proper LMG kit because it didn't really have one before. It'll look better in the final process. This is very blocky, but, you know, baby steps. Baby steps. Oh, yeah. We added an edge split to it. That's what it was missing. All right. I think that one's pretty cool. Forget how huge the RPD bipod is. Look at that thing. Awesome. What else are you guys saying? Lots of people are saying read the title. I mean, yeah, you know. Somebody finally caught the live stream. Thanks, glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Somebody said RPK parts. Oh, that was J Cruz. Look at you. I do. So, here's my plan. We're gonna be doing a lot today. I want to add a lot of stuff to this thing. As far as RPK parts go, RPK is pretty much just an AK with a long barrel, right? Like, it doesn't have anything special. Does it have a different stock? It does have the different stock. It does, and I really like that stock too. How different is it from this one? Is it different enough? Wait a second. Hold the phone. Oh, they're so similar. They're like only slightly different. I feel like now that I'm looking at the RPK stock, I should have just made the RPK stock. It's a lot more boxy and like what I'm doing here. And I think if I just made some very minor tweaks to my mesh, because the RPD stock was meant to go to an RPD. That's why it has this really weird mount. But if I just switched this up a little bit to an RPK stock, it's basically already almost there. I think I'm going to do that like right now. All you have to do to turn this from an RPD into an RPK is like remove all of these vertices. Because it attaches at like a straight line and it has this really weird angle. What if I did that? What if I give it a little... Ooh. Okay, it didn't like that. We're not going to do that. But what if I did it like this? There we go. That's it. Okay, but what if I did this? Okay. It really doesn't like it when I delete vertices. Sorry, it's because I'm not supposed to be deleting vertices. I'm supposed to be deleting edges. There we go. Dang it. Alright, okay, I get it. I get it. Doesn't like it. What about here? Why are you necessary? Okay, apparently it's very necessary. We'll just go back. It's okay. It's okay. Not that big a deal. The curve is actually like almost on point compared to the RPK stock. It's just a little bit more steep. So you just like give it some of this love and then it's like bam. That's what the RPK looks like. It's actually got a bit longer of a piece there. You know what? Gonna look a little goofy. I know. But like this is what an RPK stock looks like. Just like that. That is an RPK stock. Like, huh. I think it goes down a bit more. What does that look like compared to where the stock actually lines up? That's not bad. Interesting. And if we were to throw, say, the drum mag on this from the vanilla game, it would probably look great. I think that was a much better idea than the RPD stock, because the RPD stock is very unique, and it just kind of was weird, to be honest. Oh, Pig, you finally showed up. Dude, why is my camera so mean? Like, do you see this? It keeps going, and it flickers. Not nice. Somebody says the left charging handle. Let's address this one more time. This is a vanilla gun. I'm making attachments for it. The vanilla gun is left-handed. You can download a right-handed version. Nah? Alright. Somebody said, what about the big orange mag? The big orange mag is a Bakelite mag, and it's not just big. Like, that kind of mag it comes in 545, it comes in 762. You make them for 30 rounders, 45 rounders. I think that's it. But I was actually thinking of adding the big orange mag as an extended mag, because all we have in the base game, I forgot which way my hair was parted today. All we have in the base game is the standard mag and then straight to drum. So I was thinking of adding like a mid ground with like a 45 round mag. Yeah. Somebody said jungle mag. I was thinking that too. I was thinking of doing like the dual mag setup, like grab one of these, make another one, and then like bring it over here, and then flip it upside down. And put it like that. Like that? Yeah, like that. Yeah, I had considered it. I don't know if it's going to go in the final project. I don't want this thing to get too bloated, because again, we are touching every single vanilla weapon. And so this model ended up being pretty big, and hence why I'm kind of breaking it into multiple mods. But yeah, I might do dual mags. I'm considering it. Alright, so I do have one task that needs to get done that I'm considering reaching out to another author for. And that is, I need to make the actual AK-47 stock, because there isn't one in the vanilla game for no reason. They were just like, shovel. So we need to get this bad boy, this guy right here. But it is, I'm very bad with organic parts, as you saw me just struggle with that RPK stock. Like, organic parts make me angry and sad. So in order to make one, do I butt my head against a wall, or do I ask another author for their mesh? You know, or do we just go on CG Trader and see what they have? Just to get the rough shape. Or, you know what I'll probably do? Here's what I'll actually do. Question is if I'm going to do it on stream. I can just download an AK model and then just use it as a 3D reference. That's how I usually make organic stuff if it's based on something real, like I did for the Frommer. I got an existing model and then made my own from scratch with it next to it. So I was like, oh, that's how that vertice would go. Interesting. If you catch my drift. Somebody says, wait, we already have an AK style stock. No, you don't. That is not true. Unless you're referencing the mod. There's a mod that adds the stock, but it's literally just that. And rather than making you download 2 things, I wanted to include it in the big pack. Are you going to make an alternate upper receiver like the more squared one that the Chinese AK has? Probably not. But I kind of threw around the idea of doing that, or maybe throwing on like the AS Val style, but I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of that effort. That's a lot of stuff. Why is my camera doing this to me? Make me sad. Somebody said tracing it? Kind of, but not really. I'm not putting them up like right on top of each other. It's more so just having it in a 3D space rather than a 2D image. Because like trying to take like a 2D stock and then being like, okay, well, how does this do that? That's difficult. But having a 3D model that you can look at, it's more like doing the thing where you like paint the nude lady who's like over there, you know? It's like that. You know, it's just a reference. Somebody said, what was the roadmap for this mod? I don't entirely know what you're asking. Those combination of words left it being a little bit vague, but it's the next one, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, J. Cruz, there are at least 2 out there already. I'm sure someone would allow you to use it. That's what I was thinking, but I do want to practice organic shapes. I just don't think I'm going to do it on stream, because that's a lot of work. Let's talk about other stuff we've got here. You know, I'm just going to start leaving this up here. Let's do an AS Val barrel. That'll be fun, because it has a different kind of iron sight. Yes, Pig. You got it. Somebody said, I saw the 9mm references. Do you plan on 10mm, 38, or both? I was thinking that probably 10mm. Probably 10mm. There's not enough 10mm stuff in the vanilla game. And this is intended to make the vanilla stuff better, so I think 10mm will be the go-to. Let's see. We already have the stock, because as far as stocks go, we can just use this one. For the AS Val. As far as barrels go, that's going to be the interesting one, isn't it? Let me add a collection here really quick. And throw all of those in there. Okay. So for making an AS Val barrel, that's going to be a bit funky. We have a big old cylinder for the suppressor. And we have a very funky attachment point, and that's what I think we have to start with. The problem with working with this AK is the way that AK foregrips are is like they have, for example, it cuts out like this, you know? So I'm going to have to do the same thing to... No, I'm not. I'm a genius. It's okay. I've got it all planned out. I know what I'm doing. Let's see. So we're going to need a cylinder. We're going to need a cylinder with an appropriate amount of vertices. So I'm thinking probably like 20. Actually, probably like 22 for the math. I think for the math to work out, it has to be 22. Rotate it. Bring it over here. Because that's going to give us a cross section like this, which is what we need. Then we can go like this. And we can go like this. And I have to grab all the vertices for that. So what I'm thinking is we do this, we subdivide it, we get rid of that. Oh. I subdivided exactly like I wanted. I didn't expect it to do that. Usually I have to fight things for things to work how I want. I'm gonna grab those and bring them up to, say, here. Grab this, and we're gonna put there. We're gonna make sure that all this comes down to here. And this will go all the way out to here-ish. We're gonna dissolve these edges. By the way, if anybody who actually knows how to make mods is watching, unlike myself, and you're wondering why I'm not triangulating or finishing these, I'm just trying to get rough models out on stream, the more entertaining stuff, and then from there, I'll go in and do all the boring touch-ups later. Just so people are aware of what's going on. Additionally, comments! Somebody says, I already love this. Cool. Thank you. Very, very happy. J. Cruz said, if I decide to make 112 parts, can I just dump them on you for this collection? So I was actually, when I was making all my reference photos, I was like, do I do 112 parts? Because the 112 is not, like, really an AK. But taking the 112 parts would be interesting, I think. What's really weird is, if you want to go about it, then absolutely, to answer your question quickly, I'll take your parts and put them in here. But, additionally, I think it could work, is where I'm getting at. I think if you, like, reimagine the 112 to fit on an AK platform, give it that cool round handguard and the really unique stock, I think it could be a lot of fun. Honestly. I think it could be really cool. So, yeah. J. Cruz, anything you decide to dump my way, I will happily throw into a mod. Additionally, if you're like, there were any projects that you wanted to do but just never felt needed to be done. I don't know how I'm trying to word this. If there are any, like, you know, oh, this rifle should have this attachment, but, you know, I don't want to make a whole mod for that. If you wanted to do something like that just to dump into the attachment pack, I'd be happy to throw anything in here. Same goes for you, Pig, or any other authors listening. If you want to throw something this way, this would be a fun little community effort. Does this thing get thicker at the base? Phrasing? I don't think that it does. Now, this isn't going to be a perfect recreation of the AS Val barrel. This is kind of more adapted to fit on an actual AK because they have very different receivers, but I think I like how it's coming out shape-wise. It does a little thing here. Oh, I goofed that up here. I keep forgetting to set it to transparent. Do it like that for some depth. Excuse me. I have not eaten today. I always do that. I always forget to eat before streams. I really need to hook up this DSLR so that I can have a better camera. For streams. Community attachment pack would be so awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the plan is. I mean, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do the attachment pack when I started, and I waited until, like, now, because I have more knowledge and more resources and more friends in the community who can help with this kind of stuff. And donate and whatnot. So for this to be correct, I think... Yo, can I just cheat this right here? Again? Hold the frickin' phone here. Is that a circle? Or is that an oval? I think it's an oval. There we go. Because the AS Val... There's a couple of problems that we have to sort out right now. I don't like that. Not one bit. There's a couple of problems we have to sort out. First of all, I'm going to import this. We need to make sure that this actually lines up. So it actually needs to kind of come down here a bit more. A bit like that. I'm okay with it being steep. It just... I don't know where the hand lines up whenever it actually holds it, but this will be close. Figure out how to attach that in a second. The other thing... I think... that. So the AS valves, the actual one, kind of goes like this. You know, I mean, not that steep per se, but essentially the barrel and the front of this guard here are the same size. But mine will not be like that because it's not, again, it's not an exact recreation of the AS valve, but rather an inspired version, shall we say. So for that to be true, I think that's going to give us the best gripping angle. We can get rid of that. Let's pull this up and see what we can do to make it as close to the actual thing as possible here. It has a couple sections where it just gets bigger for no reason. I don't know if that's how I want to go about it. I really want this thing to look like an actual AS Val. So what do I do? To do that, do I bring this down? Then it doesn't line up with the barrel. I don't like that. Thinking. What is the proper way to go about it? The problem is the animations completely. Like, for the... We could make this look right, but the character wouldn't hold it properly. You know? Oh, somebody said where'd the music go? I got the music. There it is. Somebody said make it make sense first. Define make sense, pig. Oh, I love when people join late and haven't seen stuff. Are you gonna add the old Chinese AR stock? It's right here. You're looking at it. That's it. Literally the Chinese AR stock. Let me say make it very thick, the suppressor. I mean, yeah, that's the plan. Because the AS Val suppressor is super thick. But I'm just trying to figure out how to make it all work. Because, again, the AS Val parts were not ever meant to be on an AK. I want it to look right, and that's very difficult. I guess if we just, like, stole the form factor, it would be like that, and then it's just so weird. It's such a weird gun. Feel like it's just kind of wrong right now. Let me find an older picture of an AS Val. The one that I have up for reference is not helping me. Let me find something a little bit better. Okay. That's helpful. So one of the reasons this looks so weird is because the AS Val's iron sights are on the barrel. They're like up here. I can't do that because of the way that the Nuka World AK handles its iron sights. And if we're doing the old school AS Val and not the like updated modern one with all the nasty stuff on it, it's literally just a solid tube. I will add a segment here for texture, just so I know where that is whenever I take this thing into Substance Painter. The problem is, again, oh, I see how to fix it. I see it all. See it all. Check this out. Oops. We bring it down here because the actual AS Val looks a little bit more like that. And then it has a block here for the iron sight that connects it. So I'll add that in, but it just won't be used. Additionally, let's not grab this. Let's grab this. Let's make it, whoa. Whoa. Tad bit bigger. Now, again, we run into that problem from before, where the handguard doesn't just look quite right. And at this point now, it's completely off of the animations. It needs to be like this in order for the character to hold it properly, which makes the whole thing look gross. You know? So how do we fix that? Well, I think we bring this forward so that we can bring this up. If we do that, it's still pretty off. What if we bring this forward some more? That looks a little bit nicer. But the whole thing's probably going to have to come down a little bit. Again, apologies for going silent here and there. My brain is just trying to figure out how to do this right. I like that. I think that looks alright. This is getting to something I can actually feasibly see in game. Oh, I'm an idiot. Dude, I'm so stupid. I've been lining up the barrel with the gas tube this entire time. And that's why this has been so difficult. I'm so dumb. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, so let's grab this. I actually can't believe that. That's so funny. So here's how we fix that problem. We bring this down to where the barrel actually is. We can take all of this and scooch it way back to where I wanted it in the first place. I feel dumb. I think we grab all of this. And that. Right? Is that what I need? Yeah. And then that. That. Bring it up to here. I feel stupid. Stupid. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay. Now we have something where the grip works. I can even bring this down a little bit more to give it more of that cool vertical feel. Even bring this up a little bit. Even bring all of this back a little bit. Because the AS Val has this neat little feature right here. Which is, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's grab all of these. And it comes at an angle. Like that. And that, it goes over the gas tube. Okay, so now we can get rid of this. Well, let me not get rid of it, but let's make myself blind to it. And let's see what you guys are saying about my big goofy mistake. Pig, you never once said that. You could try to model it after the VSS. It has a higher front sight. I'm fairly certain the VSS and the AS Val have like the exact same barrel and receiver setup. It's literally just like the stock that's different. Will the suppressed barrel be made to look handmade or go with the shovel AK? The suppressed barrel won't. No. But other parts will. I'm doing multiple attachment packs, one of which will have handmade style attachments, so don't fear about that. The issue with the AS Val is that it isn't as tall as the AK. Yeah. That looks better. Use sights from the more modern Val. You can probably go lower with the barrel. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go lower with the barrel and I'm gonna give it those neat sights that it has. You can just add a metal block to fill a gap where the grip connects to the receiver. I'm assuming you mean right here. I feel like I'm really far back on comments now. Barrel is so much lower. Magwell, AS Val is different. I've been trying to tell you that. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, I think I'm caught up here. Move the gas tube cover a bit more up to cover the gas. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I was reading comments. Will there be a 5.56 receiver? No. Makes it a bit redundant. It's an AK. Use AK rounds. Okay, so this needs to go up here. It needs to be a little bit wider to cover up everything. But then I'm gonna grab this. Nope, this, and this. Make it go wee. And this, and this will go down a little bit as well. And then we're gonna grab screw it. Grab all of these. Subdivide. We're gonna get rid of that. And then we'll grab that, like, yeah. That's not right. Does that cover it up all the way? Oh boy. Let's go back to wherever that happened. All right. That's looking a bit better. I'm wondering if I can even make it a little bit more narrow. Just a little bit. And have it still cover it up. I can't. Unless I grab these. Do that with it. All right, that is looking a bit more like the AS Val. Cool. All right. Making progress. I think that is a nice foregrip. I think the next step, taking all of this. Starting over with that. Okay, now one thing I need to get reference on really quick is how wide is the suppressor on the AS Val? Is it lined up right with the foregrip, or does it like extend out a little bit? I can't really find a picture from the top down. It looks like it goes right in line with the foregrip, but the foregrip might be a little bit wider. It's fine. Okay. Maybe to about there before it turns into that cool texture, and then it goes to like that. I guess this should be pretty short barrel, huh? Kind of its whole thing. Hold on, I need to see something. Really quick. Okay. We're good. So, back to that. Yeah, like to here. And then, yeah, like to here. And then... Sorry, reading you guys' comments here. Howdy, I'm guessing this is for your weapon mods pack, the attachment pack. Yes, the project after the Frommer stop, because the Frommer stop is done, which means I can finally work on this. Okay, so I think that I just need to add some more of the parts for this to actually start looking right. I'm still tripping on the suppressor a little bit, but it can't be exactly like an AS Val because of the way that the Nuka World AK is. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is, sadly. I suppose... No. What if we did what we were doing earlier? Oh goodness, I turned on my overlay. I wasn't trying to do that. Grab that. I moved it up again. Or do we just leave it where it is? I guess we just leave it where it is. To be more in line with the barrel. The problem is, I feel like it's supposed to be like this. You know? That's what it's supposed to look like. A little less on the vertical side, or maybe not actually. It is kind of just like that, isn't it? Okay, let's actually attempt to make it a little bit more in line with that. By bringing this up to here. By bringing this up to here. Okay, and then if we still do that, then we have to worry about animations yet again. So maybe not that high. Maybe just to there. You know? That gives us about there. That's better, I think. I think that's better. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. And then... what if we gave that a nice little bevel? Oh, it's angry at me. We'll worry about bevel later. I think that's the general profile we're looking for. Let's make the sight. Now the sight is going to be funky because it's not going to be the AK sight and it's not quite going to be the AS Val sight either. But it'll have to be kind of a mix. I could just get the angle that I need, that would be great. There. So they are funky sights. Wow. We've never seen them before. You're gonna have a little square, basically up against the end of the barrel. Almost. A little bit smaller. Probably like in line with that. Actually, if we do that, what I can do is... Yeah. I see it. We'll do this. And where is it going to need to be? It's got to be so high to actually get up there. That's the weird part. Oops. It's got to be like all the way up here. Is the problem. Which just looks so wrong. Okay. That is a weird one. So let me think about it really quick. Thinking. Thinking. Oh boy. Okay. So it goes up here. There is just like a cutout here. There's a little side adjustment there. These will probably need to be narrower. Again, this is not exactly what the AS Val sites look like, but we're going to have to take some artistic liberties here in order to make everything work. Speaking of which, can I do this? Yes, that's what I was hoping for. Cool. Perfect. Num. They are rounded at the top. It's so tall, it looks so silly. Geez, maybe the way to make that nicer is to do that. I think it helps. And give it something like that. If we're going to be making our own iron sight, we might as well make it look nice, right? I think that makes it look a little more bearable. For being so goofy. Since we're not going to be using the actual things. Right? The other problem that I have is that the way the iron sights work for this gun, like I was saying earlier in the stream, is when you attach the iron sight, it literally just adds a front post to the sight. If you throw on a reflex sight, it gets rid of it. So this is just empty. Which is fine. But it just means that we have to think about where the front sight is going to go. And moreover, what the front sight actually looks like. So let me grab it so we can actually see. Oops, wrong file. Wrong file again. Where is the iron sight? Ooh, I just smacked my microphone. Hello. Scope iron sight. There it is. You gotta scroll all the way in, and that's it. That's the iron sight for the Nuka World AK if you've never seen it before. It is something. Pig, I know it's a node. You goober. I'm saying, where is this gonna go on this? Because this is not tall enough unless I scooted all of this up to here, which would look... not that bad. I've seen worse. Somebody asked, what kind of 8K am I making? I don't know what you're asking. So, meh? Oh, AK. Oh. Oh. I'm not. Again, attachments for the vanilla AK. That's what we're doing. The title. Actually, like, now that the site's there, let's look at this thing. All right, let's go into layout. It's not terrible. But I don't love it. I think I know the solution. This little gap here doesn't actually exist on the AS-Val. I threw that in because I thought it looked nice, but I think it's causing more trouble than it's worth. So, let's fix that. goofed that up. I adjusted it before even resizing it. Hey, pig. We could just not even do any of this. When it comes to the iron sight node, we can just do this. Huh? Look at that. Big brain. I haven't missed any super chats, have I? Or donations? I really hope I haven't. I don't have my headset on. No. Nobody did any donations and I missed them, right? Okay, good. I don't think so. Now I'm worried. Oh no. I don't think anybody did. I think it would tell me on my screen. Okay. Cool. Anyways, yeah, I think like that, right? And then we take out this guy. That better? Is it? Pig, I can't. I saw you approve that, Pig. Pig, you DM'd me? Ugh. Oh god, I have so many things. Who added me in general? Ugh. Hey, why'd you send me 80 images? Jeez. Yeah, I've seen most of these. Thank you. Pig, on the last one, you just said make it thicker. Make what thicker? You're hurting my brain. Here, there's one thing I want to do, actually. Oops. Back to modeling. And that is to take all of this. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Oopsies. It's gonna make me do it the difficult way. Huh. Suppose I never really thought about how this actually attached. Oof. Okay. Back over here. Big. Sorry, the abrupt silence. I was reading all of these messages in chat. Segment of the smaller segment in front of. Yeah. Funny story, Pig. I don't care. Okay. Now then, everything lines up there. So theoretically, because of how we lined it up with this, iron sight should just work. Should. 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 X-Brain is running on Windows XP. Right now it is. I haven't eaten anything. It's currently 1:30 my time, and I woke up at 8. Somebody said, reminds me of AS Val. Good. I think that it's getting the point across then. Oh, man. I don't know. I think this one needs a lot of tinkering. I think it's a good foundation. I think it needs to be messed with a little bit. Hey, what's up, Flightska? Oh, goodness. It's something. It is something. What are you trying to tell me, Pig? Like, honestly, you just want the suppressor thicker? Like, what are you thinking? Are you telling me you want me to do this? Huh? You want me to grab all of these? Grab all of those and just make them go like that? Hmm? You like that? You thinking like that? You want it like that? So this is it. This is what we're doing? I don't know what we're doing. You that pig? You cool with the overlap like that? I don't mind it, actually. Somebody said, where does the rest of the gas tube go? I don't know. You ever seen an AS valve? They're weird. Unexplainable by science, honestly. Mythical creature like a unicorn. I'm just constantly looking over at this one. Trying to get it all right. What do you want about Pig? Take out a chunk of the front sight? Yeah, the gas tube's in here for those that are wondering. It's just small. Small. The side is on the gas tube. Yes, I know, but it doesn't work like that because we're doing an attachment pack, not a whole new gun. So we have to use AK iron sights. Just given the purpose of this mod and what it's doing. It's an attachment for the Nuka World AK to make it have more options. I miss when we had fun ones. I miss when we had things like this. Oops. I don't know what this is. Whatever I'm clicking, it's not activating anything. What about that? Yeah, like that? You remember that? Remember when we had cool things? Anyways. I feel like an end cap will look good on top of the handguard. What are you saying, Pig? You're saying words, but on top of the hand. Like here? Like if we... Oh, you're gonna make me do effort, Pig, I swear. I should have made these two separate objects. So we can keep adjusting them without having to mess with stuff. What are you telling me? Huh? What are you telling me, Pig? Huh? Here's what we'll do. We're gonna cut this bad boy in half. Not what I meant to do. We're gonna cut this bad boy in half, like this. Okay? We're gonna take a cube. This is what you made me do, Pig. This is what things have come to because of you. Hey. See what you made me do? Huh? Tearing this AS Val apart. See that? That's what you made me do, Pig. What are you thinking? Like this? Just like a little bump? Eh? I don't know what you're asking for, Pig. Oh, this is not what you were asking for at all. Now that I read what you said. Just joined the stream. What's the attachment pack for? Well, something I've been talking about for a year. Attachments for all the guns. You know there's a knife tool, right? Absolutely not, J. Cruz. Dang it, it's so hard not to do it. Absolutely not. I wanted to make things as difficult as possible for Pig. Look at what you did, Pig. Look at how atrocious this is. You see this? This is all you. This is all your fault. All jokes aside, it is really starting to take shape here. A little bit. I wouldn't be upset at that. I'd use that in game. What if we made it bigger? How about that, Pig? Is that thick enough for you? How about that? Pig, this is exactly what you asked for. Legitimately, though, I do think that's kind of the suppressor size we should be going for, especially since this thing is still going to be shooting in 7.62. So, yeah. There. That's actually, like, not looking bad. And then what you, I assume, were asking for, Pig. Something like this. I guess it's always gonna have it like that. That's fine. Really high poly end cap. You know what? Here. Let's do this the right way. Little less on the vertices here. Is that what you were thinking, Pig? Just like a little nub? Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I have other authors here to tell me what to do. Oh boy. You're funny. What would you do to spice that up, J. Cruz? You know, we got a little cylinder, but like, how we make that look a little something something? You know? How we make it look a little something something? Like, just like that? Just leave it like that? Maybe give it a little bevel? Maybe just like a little bevel? Actually, just like a that? There we go. Yeah. I can dig it. Yeah. Just slot on the end so it's adjustable like a gas plug. Pig, you are gonna... I'll do that in the texture work. In the texture work. Congrats, Pig. You got what you wanted. I'm so happy for you. Make a new collection here. I'm so happy for you, Pig. Give it a bipod. Okay. So for all intents and purposes, that's our lore-friendly Nuka World AS Val. Minus the smoothing on the mesh and, you know, all the stuff that I'll do later. Oh yeah, the knurling will be added via textures. That's why I added this segment here. That's why it's split like this. It'll add a couple extra polys, but like I really just it'll help in SP because it'll segment this as its own little area, and it'll be like a nice cutoff. Bam, bam. For adding the texture work for the knurling. Oy. Oh, somebody's DMing me in Discord again. Pig, what do you want? Okay. It's looking good. Let's see what we've done so far. Right. Add a new layer. I'm glad. I really hope that that came up on the stream. Okay, so for in terms of what we did on stream today, we got ourselves this done and this done. We got this done and this done. We got this done and this done. That's what we've done. It's not a bad start, you know? I bet we could check off one more really quick. We could do the PKM stock. This one's gonna be easy. Just you watch. Let's throw on our long barrel and this one and the bipod. Oops. Throw that on there because we go on here. We're gonna go into here. We're gonna go over to here. Pig, no, what are you talking about? You're crazy. I'm gonna hand make it from scratch. It'll definitely be unique and different and special. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it all from scratch, pig. What are you talking about? You crazy guy. That's absurd. That's what do you mean? Definitely from scratch. Watch, just look away for a second. Oh, I made it. Hooray. It's done. I did it. Look at that. Huh? Come on. Come on. Big, cover your eyes. Big, don't look. Big, don't look. Look at that. That's all I needed. Like, come on. I guess that one's square on the end, which would actually make it line up with the butt plate a lot nicer. But also, I'm lazy. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Best mod author for real furry. Oh, wow. 10 years on the suppressor, 10 seconds on the stock. That's just how I live my life. God, assets look so nasty when you take them from NIF into Blender. Look at that. Look how gross that is. Blech. All right. You know what that means? Check it off our list. All right. Now, technically this is done because that's already in the vanilla game. I do want to make a magazine maybe for 10mm. I think that'd be cool, but I do worry about animations as always because that's what you have to worry about nonstop in this stupid game. How would I want it to look? You know? I definitely want to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do it today. That's what I think it comes down to. Do I want a polymer version? Like this? I think I do. I definitely want to do this barrel. That looks like a lot of fun. Because then you can combine this with that stock, or with that mag, and then that grip, and you have a really cool looking little AK SMG. You know, that'd be super neat. Do I even bother with this stock? It feels redundant, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that one. Oh, here's one that I can do. I have another one that I can do in 5 seconds, guys. It's this one. You know that stock? Watch. Check this out. Check out these sick moves. Okay? I actually have to find this one, so this one's going to take a little bit longer. But it's out there. I know that I have it. I know that I have it. Is it in the lever? No. It's somewhere. I think it's in here. Let me find it. Nope. That one? Ooh. Stop. Oop. That's not it. Back to the drawing board. It's this. Here it is. Ta-da! Look at all that effort I just put into that right there. You guys see how long that took? That was crazy. Let's actually get an idea here of how big that should be. Maybe like a little bit bigger. What the heck happened there? All right. That one looks good. I made this a long time ago for the intention of doing this. So I just kind of had the model on hand. Nice little underfolder. Do we want to do one too where it's like bloop? Definitely like that. Definitely. You guys just having a convo? I'm trying to figure out if any of this is for me. Okay. That's that. I was considering adding some of the pipe stocks to this because they actually work really, really nice. But I think I'll save that for the pipe attachment pack that I have planned. Well, again, people joining in, this is not a new gun. This is an attachment pack for the vanilla Nuka World AK. So, don't worry about rechambers. Don't worry about animations. It's the Nuka World AK with my attachments on top of it. Hence the title, Attachment Pack. Whew. The titles are a real important part of the video. They kind of tell you what the video's about. Somebody said, oh my goodness. Somebody said, why is it a mirror image? The charging handle's on the left. Because, again, vanilla Nuka World AK. The charging handle's on the left in the vanilla game. You can fix that with a mod that puts it on the right. which will be fully compatible with my mod that is only adding attachments. Whew. The amount of comments about being able to read. Funny. Can we get a curly fry mag? Sure. Here. You want it? I'll give it to you. Here it is. You ready? Don't blink or it'll be gone. Ta-da. There's your new magazine. You're welcome. Whew. Okay. That's another stock. Done. Good progress, good progress. And then also, additionally, pistol grip. Because I don't think we have one in the vanilla. No, we do. We have a pistol grip in the vanilla game, right? I think it's just like the butt plate and the pistol grip. I think there is one like that. I'm pretty sure there is. Okay. Middle-handed gang. I like that one. That's where you throw the charging handle here. Oops, well, whatever. You put it on the top is my point. Haha, funny. Okay, so back to the drawing board, literally. We've got our folding stock done, which for all intents and purposes, we'll just call that the folding stock. Done. Ooh, there is another one I can do very, very fast. You guys are gonna hate me for this one, especially Pig. Pig's gonna get angry. He's gonna go, meh. I'm mad. That's what Pig sounds like. Oh, get ready. This is a fun one. Get ready. Here we go. I gotta find it first. Once I do. Oh boy. Oh, my old attachment pack assets. Finally getting to be used for some stuff. Oh boy. That was doing some weird stuff. And then... where's the grip? Will my attachments be compatible with resized 10mm? I honestly have no idea because I don't know how that mod works, so... meh? Where's the grip for the... there it is. What's funny is that this grip, it looks all stupid because I had to make it at a dumb angle to work on the combat rifle, but now I get to actually make it look correct. So lucky me, I guess. That's not right. Why isn't that right? . Why is that not right? It's almost right, but it's not right. Ah! I ended up somewhere weird. I might have to remake this one. It looks kind of goofy. Whatever. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Well, no. Hold on, let me reread this. Don't forget about the bone stock. I'm very familiar with the G36. Thanks. Good. Why would anybody be mad about this? Because some people don't like things that are made in the 90s and 2000s. They say, that's not lore friendly. And I say, idiot. We need an AR-15556 mag converter for people who hate the Nuka world to buy 7.62. You know, that's not a terrible idea, but also like game balance or whatever, so we'll see. There will definitely be a 10mm conversion. That'll be funny. Somebody said that looks interesting. You're not wrong. Another collection. It's definitely interesting. Very interesting. But it's no this, you know? This is just right. This is what it should be. Somebody's complaining about the distance to the trigger, but like, here's the regular one. And here's mine. Mine's closer. Confusion? I don't know. Skeletal stock? We have one. Subjectively less attractive one, but yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. You're not going to love every attachment. That's why attachments exist. You get to pick the ones you like. But I'm allowing for all options for the people who do like the AR-15 stuff. Yeah, that tack grip, for those of you who are saying it, is not the final project. It's like, that was an old one I made literally a year ago. So it'll look better. Don't worry. Can we get the real PSO1 scope? I don't know. This dog was made in the 70s? Really? That's crazy. See, that's what I'm talking about. People don't know gun timelines. I swear I saw Pig saying something earlier. Oh. If me and J. Cruz can get this pipe drum reverse engineered, that means you can add magwells with mags in a non-jank way. I don't know what you're referencing, but okay. Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure that I can just literally... No, maybe I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out, honestly. Back to the present time. Please stay open-minded. We do not need to like all of them. Gun lovers, different tastes. Exactly. I'm just gonna give as that's what the attachment pack is for, is to give as many options as possible so people can make the vanilla guns look like what they want, rather than what Bethesda intended. Happy with a handrail sight on the combat rifle. I was actually thinking the same thing, but then I feel like I'd be ripping off Skibida and his combat rifle that has the big old thing. Boop, 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 boop. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Yeah. All right. So with that, we have a good bit of stuff. Where were we on here? Oh, yeah. Now then, we've got this handled. That stock is done, which means we've done every stock on this list except for this one. In my own time, I'll either make a new one or borrow an AK stock from somewhere. But that, I think, is going to be it. It has been a nearly 3-hour stream, which is longer than we typically do them, and that's fine. The next time I work on this, either on or off stream, I will be hitting up all of these foregrips and whatnots and getting those ready. And then there's not a ton more I was going to do for the AK, I don't think. I gotta think about it. I don't think there's a ton of muzzles that this one needs, to be honest. I may have to double check on that, but I think it has separate compensator and muzzles, which is what is important to me. Yeah. I think we're closing up on being done with the New World AK in one day. That's pretty great. Somebody said a no stock option. I'm pretty sure that exists in the vanilla game. I think. Yeah, so here's what we'll do. I think we made some good progress today. We've got some really cool parts for the Nuka World AK that make it a little better than the vanilla one was, which is the entire goal. And with that, I think we're done working on this. I will hang out here for the next like 15 minutes or so. If you guys want to chat, ask questions, we can do a little live Q&A. Yeah. Before we go, I think I may run one more little ad because there is no video today. So I'm going to do that while I go get a bottle of water, and then I'll hang out and chit chat with you guys for just a minute. So I will see you guys in a second, aside from those of you who have YouTube Premium, in which case you'll watch me walk away and get a water bottle. Well, I guess I have to finish this one first. But now I'll walk away and get a water bottle. Ow. I've been sitting down too long. My knee hurt. Okay. I have returned with water. Or a new water. Thank you to those who currently watched me walk to get a water bottle. Alright, let's start closing down here. Save that. Save that. Just so I have some reference images. And we'll close all of that. So yeah, live Q&A. If you guys have any questions, rather than doing anything like that, I'm here. I got home right when you finished the stream. I know. I guess you'll have to watch it from the beginning if you really do want to watch me make this stuff. It can be boring. Is the music dead again? Do we know? Do I know? I don't know. It appears the music is dead again. I will fix that. Ta-da. Look at that. Nice little chill thing. When's the next playthrough series? I don't think I ever said there was gonna be another one, but maybe. I don't know. Top-notch streaming winner. Now we know that he in fact got his water. You're welcome. How would you ever live? Excuse me. Oh. Somebody said, how much longer until you finish this pack? Well, it's hard to say. Because I have to make attachments for every single gun in the game. If I was to hypothetically finish like 1 gun per day, just count the number of guns and then that's it. But it's not going to be that easy. We actually made a lot of progress on the AK in 1 day, so I am proud of that. But I can't spend this much time every day because usually I'm also making normal content, which, you know, normal content kind of helps to pay the bills, and the live streams don't as much unless we get like crazy donations, but I'm not going to ask people for donations. Those will happen when they happen. So in other words, this whole pack, if I ask for help and work on it consistently, maybe a month and a half. Ideally. Maybe realistically, probably more like 2 months, and then I'll be moving on to my other stuff. After this is the 5mm SMG, which is going to be a lot of fun. Like to see that my camera's still messing up. That's super cool. Somebody said bring back Survivors. No. I don't enjoy doing that series. That's why it's dead. Nobody watched it, and I didn't like making it, so it seemed like a good way for that to die. What's coming after the AK? This isn't an AK mod. It's an attachment pack. It will be for all of the vanilla guns. And then after that, you check my roadmap that I posted in a YouTube update or on the Discord. I have a 5mm SMG. Pig, and then I'm going to force you to do the CK work. Honestly, Pig, if you did all the CK work, this mob would be done a lot faster. But I don't want to make you do that. Yeah, and that is it. Wow, we passed 2,000 views on this stream. That's crazy. Cool, thanks for everybody that came by. Somebody said Chinese assault rifle question mark. I take it you just got here. We're ending the stream. I'm just kind of finishing up with comments and whatnot. Yeah, we're taking the Nuka World AK and adding parts to it. For those of you who stayed for the whole stream, I'm glad you got to hear that for the... I don't even know what number. It's been a lot. Hey, if you really want to do... Like, I'm not... Sure. If you want to do the CK work, but we'd have to meet because I have a very obnoxious requirement for the CK work, and that is specifically how the value of these items is implemented to make them compatible with other stuff. Somebody said they just got here. I apologize. That's one of the saddest parts of live streams is when I say I'm leaving and everybody starts showing up. I know. We said 5mm SMG. That'll be neat. Yeah, it will be neat. Actually, I think... Do I have my roadmap document? Hold on. Let me open this up. I think I can show you the concept art that I had for it. I don't actually know where the original concept art is. But... Did this just crash? My Photoshop just crashed. That's awesome. Oh, why is the camera freaking out so much? I'm gonna hook up that DSLR. Ah! Okay, well, you know what? Sorry, sadly, 5mm SMG concept art, I can't load it because... Stupid Adobe. Always ruining everything. Maybe I have a picture of it. I can pull up a picture of it. There's the roadmap. That. That's not an actual picture of the mod, but it's gonna be something along these lines. It'll be magazine in the grip, charging handle on the top, fully automatic only, with some cool custom animations. And then everything beyond that is gonna be figured out later. It's gonna have some trippy iron sights, I hope. But yeah, that's that after the attachment pack, and then we got the mangler, and then the disruptor, and then it'll be a whole bunch of fun. Look at that, that's me. Look, that's me next to me. I don't think we've ever had this shot. Hold on. Look at this. Ooh. Can I move him? What if I do this? What if I do that? But what if I do this? Oh, yo, me. Oh, that's how you know I'm tired and hungry. Look at that. This is DAC on a DAC. What's the angle here? Like that? I'm trying to put my thumbs up like that, but the thumb's already on the screen. Anyways, that is that's enough of me for today, I think. I think you guys need to go get some food, little snackies, little rest, touch some grass. My headcanon is at 5mm round, or 5mm rifle round. 5mm is weird because it's like not very clear what it is in Fallout 4. There are real-life 5mm rounds, like 5mm Remington, which is basically the size of, like, 22 long rifle. Or 22 Magnum. It's one of those. Alternatively, you could just think of it at, like, 5.7. Because, I mean, basically it. Yeah. J. Cruz, in regards to animations for the 5mm SMG, I do actually have some custom animations for it. So, I am excited to get to do that one. It will be very different. Dag is the best VTuber, no competition. Thank you, I appreciate it. If you're adding makeshift attachments, why not a muzzle that's a cheese grater? That's a good question, and I don't think I have an answer for it. Maybe? Probably not. Pig likes to prefer thinking about it as like 545. That's not a bad way to think about it, I suppose. Everybody thinks about it different, because the problem with 5mm is everybody likes to assume it's a rifle round, but based on how it's always been implemented, it's always been high fire rate, low damage in terms of gameplay, which makes me think more along the lines of pistol, SMG, carbine cartridge, something like 5.7. So I don't know. I don't know. Why not keep the concept but make it bullpup? Because I don't have any bullpup animations. That's why. And I really want to do one like this. I have a specific animation set in mind, and I think it's going to be really cool. Somebody said 5mm Remington. That's what I'm basing the SMG off of, is 5mm Remington. So in the description, that's what it'll use, and it'll just use the 5mm in-game. It'll be fine. Yeah. Alright. I need food. You guys need a break from me. If you don't want a break from me, you can always join the Discord and talk to me there. That place is chaos. I think that's it. I think we're done here. Thanks for coming, guys. I do appreciate it. Thanks for hopping in the little live stream and making my work more enjoyable, because I could have done all of this in silence, but instead I got to talk to all you wonderful people, which is way more interesting. So yeah. I'll try to do these more often. Every time I work on this pack, if I don't have a video planned for the day, like today, I'll do a little stream. You know, people can come in and show their support that way, and that's super cool. So, see you guys. Enjoy your day. Hope you all had fun here, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you laters.